He vanished without a trace.
We have no body, we have no charges, we have no arrest.
The most iconic unsolved mystery in American history. And 40 years later, the case is still open.
It was really the perfect crime.
Tonight, the defenders take you inside the Jimmy Hoffa investigation. You just say the name, Jimmy Hoffa, and almost instantly you have a theory as to what happened to the legendary Teamster boss.
Well, tomorrow marks the 40th anniversary of his disappearance from a popular local restaurant. It's a case that has befuddled the FBI for decades and has all of America debating his disappearance.
Tonight, defender Kevin Dietz looks back at 4 decades of leads, digs, and mostly disappointments for investigators.
It's been 40 years since Jimmy Hoffa disappeared from a Bloomfield Hills restaurant. There have been thousands of tips, hundreds of thousands of man-hours, and millions of dollars spent trying to crack the case. But can the case ever be solved? There is no evidence Jimmy Hoffa was ever killed. Officially, it is a missing persons case. Today, it is still open, still active. New tips come in every month or two at the Detroit FBI field office. But if you ask most investigators, writers, or true crime experts, they will speculate that Hoffa was killed in a Mafia hit to prevent Hoffa from regaining control of the Teamsters.
They decided to take care of the problem the best way they knew how, which was to execute him.
Scott Bernstein is a true crime historian and expert on the Hoffa investigation. He says on July 30th, 1975, Hoffa wanted back into power with the Teamsters. He was supposed to meet 2 powerful alleged Mafia members who could make it happen. One from New Jersey.
Jimmy Hoffa was lured out into the open on July 30th, 1975 by the promise of a sit-down with a New Jersey-based mobster and Teamsters power broker by the name of Anthony Tony Pro Provenzano.
The other from Detroit.
Tony Giacalone, who was the Detroit Mafia street boss, reached out to Hoffa and said, Jimmy, we can get everything settled with Tony Pro. Meet at 2 o'clock.
Giacalone and Provenzano never went to the restaurant. They had airtight alibis. Hoffa called his wife saying they were no-shows. Then witnesses saw Hoffa get into another car.
Hoffa is seen in the parking lot of the Red Fox getting into a burgundy Mercury Marquis occupied by 3 men. He gets into the car, they drive on the Telegraph Road, and he's never seen again.
The car is believed to be one driven by Hoffa friend Chucky O'Brien. A strand of Hoffa's hair was found in the car, but it was not enough proof to bring charges. Stories from his body being buried in the end zone at Giant Stadium, to the base of the Detroit Renaissance Center, to crushed with cars at a salvage yard have been told and investigated.
Saying that you know where Jimmy Hoffa is buried or how Jimmy Hoffa was killed is a cottage industry, and it can be an easy ticket out of jail.
Local police agencies approved many failed searches in backyards, under swimming pools, and under driveways. The feds have been more cautious, only approving searches when information came from people who should have known. There was a high-profile dig under a barn at the McMaster's farm in Oakland County.
The FBI had a lot of faith in this theory. I talked to a number of agents that told me that they really believed that they were going to unearth Hoffa's body.
McMaster's was an alleged Hoffa enforcer. The story made sense, but it was a bust. Then in January 2013, the best tip the FBI ever got in the Hoffa case. Tony Zerilli sat down for an interview, an alleged mobster who was in prison when Hoffa disappeared. A higher-up who says he was told Hoffa was buried in Oakland County, not far from where he was taken.
They were going to bury him in a shallow graveyard and bring him up there for final burial. Then I understand the Fed just fell through. Once he was buried here, he just buried me, let it go.
The feds interviewed Zerilli as well. Then in June, they began a 3-day dig.
In terms of power and sway in the American Mafia, there were few that had as much as Tony Zerilli.
It too turned up nothing. Zerilli passed away this spring.
The fact that Zerilli himself was duped tells you what a well-guarded secret this was.
Today, Jimmy Hoffa would be 102 years old. Most of the people investigated for the disappearance have died. Investigators say the small handful of people still alive who could possibly know something of value are in their mid to late 70s. Those close to the investigation doubt a criminal case will ever come from Hoffa's disappearance, saying it's highly unlikely that anyone who's still alive who knows anything will ever talk. Still, the FBI says this is an open case and they will investigate all tips. Kevin Dietz, Defenders.